So is there a video for this, or was it just a interview in a magazine?
Interview in a magazine.
Right. Okay. So what was the exact quote? Let's read this.
That was pretty English of you right there. Right. Okay.
Right. What was the exact quote?
Is this from like a publication or some kind of editorial? Right. Okay.
Magazine. It's just a few drops, but yes, me and Machine Gun Kelly do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. As opposed to what exactly?
Breakfast?
Like casual? Yeah. Think about how different that would be if she said, yeah, we drank each other's piss strictly for ritual purposes.
You can make a ritual out of that for sure.
There was the other quote was about her like manifesting him. Did you see that?
Nah.
She was basically like, I manifested you. I've been dreaming of you since I was 4. And if it weren't for me, who knows what you would have turned out like? Because I'm the reason why you turned out like this.
Okay,
and someone was like, she's a classic narcissist. Okay,
so the quote is...
I lied. There is a video.
Yes!
There's something between Megan Fox and this like manifesting thing, and then Giselle, Tom Brady's wife. She apparently like practices witchcraft or something.
Okay.
And she like apparently can predict if he's going to do well in games and stuff. There's something just really funny to me about when really attractive, powerful people, they're like, oh no, I literally have superpower.
I'm not only famous and hot, I'm also a super hero.
Yeah, and I always look at this and I'm like, are you sure that works? Because like I think ugly people manifest every day and they're stuck doing things they don't want to do. Some of them are single. Some of them are not successful. They manifest all the time. Looking in the mirror, you know? Every day when I make eye contact with my towel rack as a 5'8" human, I manifest. I'm like, one day I'm going to look in this mirror and like it's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
And that is yet to happen. So I just think it's funny when just, really attractive rich people are like, no, dude, I can control the universe. I know that sounds crazy, but like I can feel planets.
You're just not like enlightened enough.
Yeah.
You haven't spent enough time working on you.
When I lose sleep, I can really feel the effect that has on my mental health, and traveling for work and being on different time zones and how that affects my pineal gland.
Pineal gland?
Pineal gland?
What is
the one
that?
that's like in the middle of your brain that
Damn.
like...
She's a scientist now too? Holy hell.
I never do recreational drugs. I'm always completely sober. I don't even drink a glass of wine. I'm not saying you have to be like that. I'm saying for me, that's how I feel the best. But also self-care is enough quiet time to be able to connect to my super conscious, my higher conscious, to connect to God, to connect to spirit. And this lifestyle makes that very difficult sometimes, and I do feel very lost when I'm not able.
You know what's wild is...
Look, it's a super conscience.
She's like talking about like Eastern like spiritual ideas of like, you have like your physical body and then like your like metaphysical bodies, like what's the term for it? Like a plane of existence. How do I know this shit very well. And then like some people teach like there's like a causal body that's like beyond like material and matter. It exists like in thought. And then like your peak consciousness, that's like achieving like a highest form of consciousness where it like transcends like physical being. It's like the image for it is like 1,000-petal lotus. Like that's like, it's like the top of your crown. That's like your highest chakra or whatever.
Okay. Is that related to the pineal gland or the
pineal gland?
Pineal gland.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think the pineal gland is like, it like distributes something. Like when you die, I think it like distributes a bunch of like chemicals in the same way as DMT, and it like unlocks things. But like there are like arguments that the pineal gland is that's how you get to higher consciousness and stuff, which is like, yeah, that's true. If there's literally like 700 milligrams of DMT just baked into your brain, if you crack that open, yeah, of course you're gonna have super consciousness, dude. You're fucked up. You're rolling balls, man. Like,
how are you feeling? Super.
She says all this in a room full of cameras. I'm more nervous than her to tell like a 9/11 joke to a room of people who paid to see me. And she walks into that room and no one knows what she's gonna say. And she's like, I'm about to just go in on my pineal gland for a minute. And she doesn't even bat an eye. It's just, it must be cool. Like, it must be dope, like living in that world where you're just like, I just go out and say whatever. Like,
yeah, but they do get shit for it, right?
But
like,
I don't think she ever.
Every article is like, what are they fucking doing again? Like, what are they doing now?
Her, MGK, Will, Jada. I don't think they leave rooms and go like, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think they have that thought.
Right.
You know, I don't think they ever care.
Yeah. There's just no sense of guilt or You know, you get that, that like, fuck, I could have said that better.
I do also have to be a pick me real quick. Not a pick me, but I like read about a lot of this, like these Eastern concepts, like in high school. It's just so weird how like 1 year later, because I just left high school, now everyone's into it, and literally like I was there to. No, it's just when I like was like reading about this stuff, it was very like I would only tell my friends that I was reading this stuff, and I felt very crazy even repeating these things. And I just think it's so wild that celebrities like take one transcendental like meditation class and they're just on social media like, I literally found how to be God.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is no like, oh, I'm going to go straight to Twitter and like, dude, I literally
am God.
unlocked Jesus Christ. I feel him in me and I know how to control the universe. I can tell the future. Check out my Variety interview about it.
So what is transcendental
meditation? Well, that TM is like, it's been around for a minute. Seinfeld does TM. You could argue like some of these, I think this shit started in the 70s, like when like 60s, 70s and everyone was like really into acid. That's when a lot of those cults were made. You know, like every documentary now that's about like a cult, it always has like footage from the 60s and 70s. So in that period, there were a lot of people that either took Eastern ideas and then like started their own cults or whatever. And so one of those things was transcendental meditation. And some of these cults like ended up, it's like celebrities found them and then like attached themselves to them. So TM has been around for like a long ass time, but it is, in some ways you could say it's just a cult. But it's crazy because Seinfeld is like really into TM. Like
But what's the difference between meditating and TM?
So
like, how do you meditate but transcend normal meditation?
So I don't know what the teaching of TM is, but like I think a lot of these things, it is mostly the same. It's just the language they use is different. But a lot of it is like you have a physical body and you need to transcend your like the material consciousness, and like, you know, you should be in a place where you can rise above like temptation and wants, and you know, you should be able to like, and once you're past that, now you can start to focus on like your astral consciousness, right? All it is just like one big fucking ruse to like get you to think that you can become God, literally.
Which is like why this
and I'm like paraphrasing, but it's not that you are God, but it's like you can elevate your consciousness to like God level, and then you're
godlike.
Literally, yeah.
Godlike.
Yeah. And then
God mode.
But that's the funny part is like those things. It's so funny that like narcissists get involved in this. It's like they're the last people.
I know.
That should be reading books that are like, you are God. It's like, yeah.
Finally, someone understands.
Yeah, dude, this is for me. No, TM is sick. It's like, it's for sure. Let me know, like, I am not crazy, and it's this world, dude. You're just like all caught up in the material of life, dude.
Mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood. It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul, let me bleed on you. It doesn't not happen, let me tell you. Maybe not exactly.
We have cell phones. Like, you don't have to do pagan rituals anymore. Like, this is over. It's 2022.
Where are your kids? Where are your children?
They're around.
Are they?
They're in the next room, like on VR.
Are you bothering them?
Yeah, she does. She mothers.
God.
She mothers for sure.
Do you think she mothers?
I think she mothers hard.
I don't know. It feels like she's always on tour with MGK. They're drinking each other's blood.
No, I think.
Where are your children?
I think she mothers. I just think they live a very eccentric lifestyle.